If you're going to Hollywood Studios later this summer or early in the fall of 2022, and you plan on using Genie Plus to save time in line, we're going to go over the attractions that you should prioritize and make those reservations for first in order to save the most time and get the most out of your day. Enjoyable attractions that a lot of people like. So the very obvious first choice at Hollywood Studios is Slinky Dog Dash. This is an incredibly popular attraction. It also goes down in the event of inclement weather, which happens especially frequently in the summer during the afternoon, those afternoon showers and thunderstorms. You can save almost an hour compared to standby on average at Slinky by using Genie Plus. And everyone knows this, so it sells out really quickly. It's often sold out by 7:30 in the morning, and reservations open at 7 a.m. The parks don't even open till 8:30 or 9. And satisfaction is decently high at Slinky as well, 4.5. All of these satisfaction scores are on a scale of 5. So Slinky is a good attraction. People enjoy it. It sells out almost immediately, and you can save a ton of time. That makes it a triple threat, and you should make it your first reservation if you have the opportunity to do so. Coming in second place is something that's been climbing the ranks recently, and that's because it has a sort of stealth refurbishment that's cutting its rider capacity in half. And so Tower of Terror is also going to save you a lot of time due to this refurbishment. So these rankings will change once it comes out of that stealthy refurbishment. You can save almost an hour, but it's going to last a little bit longer. Reservations here tend to last until about 10 a.m. That's still not very late in the day, so this is going to have to be the second one you make, if you can, before it sells out. And again, Tower of Terror has high satisfaction. It's a classic. Everyone loves riding Tower of Terror, so you should make that a priority if you don't want to wait a long time and stand by for it. Right next to Tower of Terror is our third place attraction at Hollywood Studios, and that's Rock and Roller Coaster, featuring Aerosmith, of course. And it often sells out by noon, so we're seeing these scoot out a little bit. It's available a little later in the day, but it has a higher satisfaction rating than the other two attractions we talked about at 4.6. You're not going to save as much time here, 33 minutes. That's still a lot of time. If we put this on any of the other lists at the other parks, it would rank pretty highly, but at Hollywood Studios, even 33 is something like the 5th highest savings in the park. Number 4, we're going over to Batuu, Star Wars Land. We have Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. This sells out by 11 a.m., so we're seeing the problem at Hollywood Studios here. Lots of things selling out in the morning or by noon. And so these priorities are going to be important, and you're going to have to decide what you're going to try to make before everything sells out. You can save 46 minutes compared to standby at Millennium Falcon, but its satisfaction is a little lower, and so that's why it drops behind Rock and Roller Coaster on our list at 4.3. Next, we're back to Toy Story Land with Toy Story Mania, where you can save an average of 36 minutes, so you're still saving over half an hour in line with a reservation for this ride. It lasts the longest out of any of the attractions we've seen so far, often selling out by about 1 p.m., and it has that high satisfaction rating of 4.6. That's tied for the highest in the park. Then, in 6th place, we have Runaway Railway. So Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway used to be individual Lightning Lane, now it's Genie Plus, and it'll often sell out by noon. So this is one of these that you have to be able to make before lunch. You're not going to be able to make all 6 of these. You'll have to make some choices. You can save about half an hour here, and its satisfaction is relatively high at 4.5. In 7th place, we have Minnie Mouse and the Red Carpet Dreams. She often sells out by about 1 p.m., and you can save an average of 20 or 21 minutes compared to standby when you're meeting her. Her satisfaction is 4.2. Then we have Olaf, so you can meet Olaf at the Celebrity Spotlight. He doesn't sell out until 3 p.m. This is the latest sellout we've seen so far. Slightly lower satisfaction score, 4.1 out of 5, and you're typically only saving about 14 minutes by using Genie Plus to meet him. Not quite as popular as Minnie Mouse, so he doesn't generate as long of lines. Then in 9th place, all the way down in 9th place, we have Star Tours. A Genie Plus reservation here will save you about 18 minutes, so that's pretty low in the grand scheme of things at Hollywood Studios, and it almost never sells out until pretty close to park closing. So it'll sell out around 8 p.m. Its satisfaction score is 4.2. So this one you can keep lower on the list because it's going to be available later in the day, which is rare at Hollywood Studios. Then, rounding out our top 10 is Alien Swirling Saucers back in Toy Story Land. And you can save 25 minutes with a Genie Plus reservation here, and it often sells out by around 2 p.m. Why is it so low on the list if you can save that amount of time? Because its satisfaction score is 3.6. Not an incredibly impressive ride, but if you have kids that love it and you don't want to wait in the long line for it, then Alien Swirling Saucers might be a good option. And then the final Genie Plus option at Hollywood Studios that isn't a show or some form of entertainment is Muppet Vision 3D. So this can still generate a wait. You can wait for multiple showings for Muppet Vision. It doesn't happen very often though. So typically your Genie Plus savings here are only about 8 minutes and it won't sell out until around 7 p.m. Once again, the satisfaction is on the lower side here at 3.9, and so that gets Muppet Vision very last place for Hollywood Studios.